Welcome, welcome, welcome to our Global Consciousness Summit live interview today. And we just want to invite you to our Global Consciousness Summit, which will be taking place officially June 18th via Zoom. And it's going to be running 8 a.m. Pacific time to 2 p.m. Pacific time. And there's lots of incredible speakers and VIP gifts and parties. It's something you're not going to want to miss. So I would like to have my wonderful co-host of these summit series, Dagmar Fleming, introduce herself a little bit and tell us what we're going to be doing today. We've got a very special guest for you.
Thank you, Joy. Oh my goodness. Having joy of living and joy of expression in our theme of the summit. Isn't that absolutely awesome? And of course, having Joy as co-host is super duper awesome perk. So for those of you who are looking to upgrade how you show up in the world, to understand what is that bigger purpose, bigger mission that's driving you towards the expression of all your gifts, all your talents, and all that you can be, then this is no brainer. You have to join us at the upcoming Global Consciousness Summit, where we are bringing you expertise from such diverse topics as quantum manifestation, law of attraction, self-healing, intuitive business, intuition, spirituality, and personal growth, and so many more topics. So please join us. The link will be posted in the chat. And to give you a little teaser of what's coming your way, we've invited a very special guest today. So I'm going to throw it back to Joy to introduce our expert speaker.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dagmar. I am so thrilled and pleased to announce this beautiful speaker who has so many gifts and talents, Cheryl Brewster of the Intuitive Life. And she is definitely the go-to woman for anything knowing about how to access that superpower, your superpower of intuition. So Cheryl, please come aboard and tell us what you're excited about with regards to the summit and just who you are.
Thank you, Joy and Dagmar. And, I'm so excited to be a part of this summit because we live in such transitional times. There's some heavy duty energy out there. And so the call to joy, the reminder that we have within us everything we need to flourish during times of great transition and change. So thank you both for inviting me to be on this event with you. My love and passion is increasing consciousness both in myself and the world. And I believe that each one of us has such an important role to play. We do this individually, and then there's this beautiful cumulative effect that is so critical right now during these times of massive change.
Exactly. So, Cheryl, what are going to be some of the things that you are going to be wanting to share without giving them away, the tidbits, the teasers that you're going to be talking about at our Global Consciousness Summit?
I love talking about the courage of transition because our intuition will call us to the highest and best within ourselves. And that will include going into spaces we're not familiar with. It will include going into the unknown. And of course, our primal brain gets all freaked out and goes, no, no, no. Whereas, if we embrace change and uncertainty from a place of wonder and awe, we have access to far more information and we enjoy the process more. So that's what attendees will learn. It's like, how do I navigate uncertainty and have more fun doing it and actually enjoy the process? And there are so many heavy emotions, I believe, that we're all releasing right now in going to uncertainty. Mm-hmm. And one of my favorite quotes that I love to share is a quote by Erica Jong, the American author. She said, "Everyone has talent. What is rare is to have the courage to go to the dark place where the talent leads. And I think what we're talking about here is how to live more creatively and how to really embrace our personal power. Because at the end of the day, like the Marianne Williamson poem goes, our greatest fear is our brilliance. And so I believe we're coming together as community to say, hey, you know what? I have this zone of genius and I love it. And I love to express it in the world. And there's also this itty bitty part of me that's going, no, you don't. And so when we can come together and be honest and have these authentic, honest conversations that this is going on for all of us, there's great relief and there's great support in having the courage to keep moving forward.
So, Cheryl, talking about honesty and your expertise in how to tap into intuition as a guiding force in our life, there are those who are coming to our summit that maybe are not quite sure how this whole thing called intuition works. A lot of times we hear from people who say, well, how do I know if it's the intuitive voice that is telling me to do it or it's my brain? Who's talking to me? How would you tell them to enhance that intuition, or how to step into the confidence of knowing, is it some higher force, some higher wisdom that's guiding me, or is it my brain nagging at me?
That's a really great question, because I think that's what we all go through. And my answer to that is, it doesn't matter how intuitive we are or how successful we are, we will always go into the unknown. That will trigger the primal brain. So there is some questioning. Is this a voice of intuition, or is this, we can have inner values conflict where we want to step out into our higher purpose, but there's a part of us that is holding back. So my answer to that is to embrace what's happening as a form of growth. Because the first thing we tend to do is judge ourselves, and that's where the doubt comes in. Is this really intuition or not? To understand that that's just a part of the process. That's a part of actually strengthening your intuitive muscle. So when we tell the truth to ourselves, it will always feel light. When we're kind of maybe drifting or not quite there yet, we will feel heavy. And to me, that's a really, really good litmus test, because it slows us down so that we can really get to the nitty-gritty of the right thing to do. And the right thing to do will always lead us into a place of expansion. So I think another important piece to this too, really at the end of the day, to sum up what we're going through, we are truly as a species learning to let go of fear. So if love is letting go of fear, in this moment of doubting myself, I will bring kindness and compassion to this experience. And that'll drop us back into the ability to trust the process, trust what's happening.
Well, if you're just joining us, we are with Cheryl Brewster of The Intuitive Life, who is teaching us how to embrace intuition in all aspects of our lives. And you've just mentioned about fear. This big boogeyman that is hiding in the corner, that is always telling us what not to do. Don't go there, don't be big, somebody will laugh at you or you will fail. So I've noticed that people have different relationships with fear. What is your relationship? And then I'll tell you how I treat my friend, good old friend fear.
Well, my relationship with fear is, in the past, I would get very upset with myself and I would judge myself and I would feel like there was something wrong with me. I've embraced fear as a form of what I would say, it's not bad. It's not wrong. It's letting me know I'm off track somewhere. And that's a good thing. So that's where I've embraced fear as an element of the human experience that I am here to master, that I'm here to hold as a sacred vehicle of consciousness, to drop the judgment. Easy to say, harder to do, because when those emotions kick in, it's like, get me out of here. But again, I feel that what we're working with here with intuition, with consciousness, is we're really exercising this muscle of choice. And so, when we practice those basic tools, which I teach, the ABCs of intuition, we begin to remember that we have choice. And so it's like an alphabet, no matter what happens to us, we're going to remember the alphabet. Well, the ABCs of intuition are that ability
Don't tell us all of them, because they have to come to the summit to find out. Just give us A.
Okay. So, yeah, A is awareness. And so in this moment, will I be kind to myself during this moment of fear? And as the author of Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, Susan Jeffers, one of my heroes, because believe me, I've been working with mastering this my entire life. She said the problem isn't fear. The problem is how we hold the fear.
Exactly.
And so I'm curious for your interpretation, because Dagmar, I love what you work with and how you present your interpretation.
Well, thank you. So my approach to fear is slightly different. Not better, not worse. It's just I've learned in my life to treat fear as my biggest friend, and I'll explain that why. Evolutionarily, our brain is designed for status quo, which means stay exactly as you are. And the moment we try to do something different, that little tiny gland in the brain called amygdala puts up a fight. And it says, you shall not go there because you ain't done it before, right? So when I feel the fear about doing something, and for our audience, it could be getting on podcast or asking for a raise or perhaps launching a new business strategy. There's expansion happening.
Yes.
And expansion is noticed by the brain as something out of ordinary. To me, when I have absolutely no fear throughout the day, that means I'm stale. I'm just doing the same things over and over again. There's no growth, there's no expansion, there's no pushing my limits. So now I embrace fear as a litmus test. It's that little thing in chemistry that you put to find out if something's acidic or not. And the fear is simply a communicator to me, you're doing something new. And of course, there is a clear and present danger, just like Will Smith said in the movie. I think it's called Earth. I'm blanking out on what it is. So if anyone's watching us, please drop the name of that movie in the chat. But it is a famous quote that says, the danger can be clear and present, but the fear is all in our mind.
And wow, I love that. Like if we all really, or it's not if, it's as we all embrace this, Dagmar, like how much more peace can we have in exploring this unknown territory, which is why I call it embrace your inner pirate, because it's like you've said, it's like, okay, that's right. It's like,
I see there is a cat right there behind you. I think, Cheryl, you have to pull it out.
I think I do.
Because our audience needs to see, we can talk serious topics, but we can have fun with it.
Exactly. We and that's why I love to talk about joy, because can we just start having more fun now?
Yesterday. Like we should start yesterday.
Please, can we just start having more fun? Because, yes, we're going to go through obstacles. Yes, we're going to go through challenge. Yes, you know what? We're even going to go through tragedy. However, at the end of the day, there is a preciousness to life that overcomes adversity. There's a preciousness here. And can we celebrate that? And, I'm very passionate about this because fear in my life has been a really big deal for a very long time. And I'm so grateful that I have the understanding now that I didn't before. And it's life-changing. And that's why I'm excited about this summit, because again, these honest conversations where we get to say to each other, hey, you know what? I feel that too. So let's grow together. Let's have more fun together. Joy on the frequency of emotions, David Hawkins, the emotional scale. Joy is actually higher than love. And I believe that that's true because I believe that joy is love in action. So when we can bring more fun, more acceptance, more humor to the what I call the the hairball of the soul, then it's like, oh, that's what this is about. It's about truly being present with the fact that I'm alive and I'm here to enjoy my life, and I choose to be in alignment with that joy, with that peace, no matter what.
Wow, joy is love in action. So beautifully said by one of our speakers at the upcoming Global Consciousness Summit on June 18th. If you want to hear more, you have to tune in. We will drop the link in the chat. But before we go, there's something very juicy that I want to share with our audience, and that is a special gift that you have for all attendees of our summit. So Cheryl, tell us, what is it that you'll be gifting them with?
Yes, for all attendees of this summit, I will be gifting an Akashic reading. The Akasha is the supercomputer of the soul. And when we go into the Akashic, we have access not only to information, but to really tremendous powers like working with our creative genius. And so the reading is designed to help you identify where in your life you can bring more freedom, more creativity, more joy, to help you lead from uncertainty with greater peace of mind and confidence. So it's really wonderful work, very powerful work. So that's my gift.
This is phenomenal. For those of you who have not had Akasha or understand what that is, imagine your life encoded in a book that has everything that has happened to you before, including your past incarnations, including your future. It's like a supercomputer, as you said, that holds all that vital information that can shift you forward, like understanding the relationships that you're in. What is the dynamic? Are you repeating certain dynamic from the past? So this is so amazing. Oh my goodness. I am so glad that I am running this show, because I'm going to sign up for that Akasha reading myself. So stay tuned. Now we have one more gift for our VIP audience. So what is the juicy gift that you're getting to our special VIP pass holders?
So for the VIP pass holders, in addition to the reading, as a seminar, Zoom seminar with me, where we go into creative expression. We go into pure imagination. We go into wonder and awe. And so you're accessing these parts of yourself that perhaps you didn't even know existed. And we role play with it, and we really embody this deeper essence of your true genius and what wants to move through you. Because the truth is that when we work with intuition, we're tapping into the subconscious and the superconscious. And so we get to have the experience of things coming out of us that we didn't even know were there, that are just itching to be expressed. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be about humor. And it's really about stepping into your zone of genius, what makes you come alive with like-minded people, to just have a great time and also build your intuitive consciousness muscles at the same time.
Wow. The zones of your genius that are itching to be expressed. Okay. That sounds so amazing that can we get on it right now? Because I am ready to go. Well, for all of you who are still tuned in, please drop in the chat if you're excited about Cheryl's upcoming gifts. And guess what? If you want more, every one of our speakers and very generous sponsors is donating their gifts to help you upshift, unleash, and up level in your life, both personal and professional. We have over $2,000 worth of gifts for just $57 ticket if you buy it before the event starts. But as a cherry on top of that very delicious dessert, we also offer you an opportunity to connect and engage with Cheryl even more at the VIP party, which will be hosted right after the main event. And this is your chance not only to talk to Cheryl more, but also to connect with other like-minded professionals and entrepreneurs who are seeking to truly fulfill their life purpose and their potential. So we hope to see you there very soon. The event starts on June 18th. Get your tickets now. The link to the event will be dropped in the comments below. And Cheryl, your expertise is so deep and amazing, and I love not only the quotes that you share with us from people that matter to you, but you are actually yourself producing these amazing phrases that help us encode the information and shift forward. So what would be your last advice, the last word for our audience before they see you again at the summit?
Okay, well, my last words would be, the last thing that Spirit said to you as you made your slow descent to earth is, next time, my love, come back without regret. For the sake of all that is holy, my love, live.
Thank you. So beautiful. And even more enchanting with that amazing pirate hat that you're wearing. So
We have to have fun, because when we have fun, we get more done. That's my motto.
We get more done. So thank you to our pirate. Thank you to Cheryl Brewster. And thank you all for tuning in. Please stay tuned, because we have more exciting speakers coming on. And we can't wait to share all that amazing expertise and gifts with you. So we'll see you at the summit. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.